Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's Friday the... I don't even know what that is now. Oh, I think it's about the 17th. Is it the 17th today? 17th? It is the 17th today. Friday the 17th of November. We're heading home. It's getting on for 7 o'clock. I've actually been to Square Chapel again, delivering coffee again. And we delivered on Tuesday to them. But today being Children in Need Day, if you didn't already know, there's been a bit of a thing on BBC Radio Leeds. Have had the weatherman and the newsreader doing this walk from Huddersfield to Halifax for fundraising. So they've been taking this quite protracted route from Huddersfield to Halifax and doing fundraising and whatever else on the way through various regions of it. And they ended up tonight at the Peace Hall next to the Square Chapel. So obviously the thing was, it's a bit packed now at the Peace Hall. So earlier on today we sort of rung up Square Chapel and said, do you need anything else for the weekend before we shut, because we're not back till Monday? Any coffee or anything, just because you're going to have this big do on. And because Square Chapel is sort of at the side of the Peace Hall and it's quite a big place, they're open till late because the theatre. Obviously, if there's loads of people in, there's a lot of people going to go there for hot drinks and things. And they do beers and whatever else, so... you know, there's going to be people calling in for drinks and things anyway, so they're going to be extra busy. Thought, give them a nudge. And they rang back an hour late and like, well, actually, what we could do with is some more coffee and also hot chocolate. And apparently when I went and dropped it off, the young lady behind the bar said, oh, thank goodness you brought the hot chocolate. I've been telling everyone all day we haven't got any, and they've been really upset about it. So it was a good job we rang up and asked, because no one had rung us to say, you know, can you deliver anything? So they'd been without hot chocolate all weekend if it wasn't for a bit of a preemptiveness. So yeah, dropped that off, and yeah, it's all full swing in the Peace Hall as well. They've got all the event stuff up and everyone's out there for Children in Need, so it may well be on the telly box if you watch that, or watching the Children in Need stuff, that you might see a bit of Children in Need fundraising from Halifax, and see a bit of a section of that anyway. So that is all good. Otherwise this week it's been, I don't know, it's been quite a hectic week. Last weekend was steady away, did quite a bit of shopping with the family. Ooh, changed some gears. So that was okay. Kept busy, did a few things. But what did happen last weekend is, crikey, my eBay sales went ballistic. I don't know what sort of happened, but just seemed to have loads of eBay orders. So come Monday, come back in, and it was absolutely chock-a-block. I had loads. Consequently, of course, I brought loads of parcels here Monday night, and his gizmo thing had a right fit as well. So I ended up with 3 different slips for me dropped parcels, just because it got to 10 and it just completely like locked up and whatever, so we had to do a brand new label for the next 10. And like I say, I had about 30 odd parcels. I had loads of parcels. It was ludicrous. So yeah, busy over the weekend for that. And then also I been busy during this week generally. I think there's been a lot going on with coffee things and whatever else, so I've definitely been kept on the ball, as it were. Now, I think while I'm just here, I'm thinking about it, I'm going to do Mr. Nellis's words of wisdom. See what this one was. No, wrong button now. So yeah, it's Born Bingo. I got a new toy from. Oh, way. Unmarked that one. What's the registration? It's an unmarked one. I want to know the registration of that one. Oh, he's up miles away behind. I was going to do the vlog this morning, so I emailed it this morning, but it never happened. There he is. He's a bit busy. Okay, so Mr. Richard Nellis says his mum visited Crowwood Park at Sowerby Bridge for Remembrance Day on Sunday. He's been to Thackeray Museum on Monday. His karaoke head was off sick on Tuesday night, so he didn't do any singing. His mum and Richard were Victor and Margaret Meldrew. Very good, Richard. Victor and Margaret Meldrew. At the Percy Shaw Weatherspoons, as those young girls screeching and ladies giggling to make my mum being Margaret. Secondly, at an electric bowl on my own, Outrun was out of order, and thirdly, children were running around the centre and cheered loudly for a child's birthday party. Well, there. Happy birthday to that child. The death of Keith Barron. Don't know who he was, Richard, tell me. Oh, I've gone past it now. And he's been to Bradford Industrial Museum instead of Leeds Industrial Museum with his auntie and uncle. He's going to London and Henley with my dad for Christmas shopping, but earlier this time, from Sunday to Tuesday. He's been to Leeds Art Gallery as a Penine Magpie trip on Tuesday. His mum's doing the Outstanding Leadership Award, as you might have seen his link, right? I don't know what I'm doing this weekend, actually, Richard. No plans, really. Lots of stuff to do at home, unfortunately, as usual, but nothing else, so we'll see. Right, so now I need to get on, drop my parcels, and I'll be back shortly. See you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So, yes, it's been a busy old week. At work. Picked up a new toy for packing green coffee and roasted coffee, which is actually, it's going to save a ton of time and make life a lot easier, so definitely worth the effort. It's one of those sort of tricky things if you're weighing out doses of a product to a regulated size, especially doing volumes of it. You need something half decent that's going to do the job, and unfortunately hunting around generally, most stuff that does the job is a ridiculous amount of money, so we've been kind of getting by manually feeding it into a dosing device on some trade scales and then bagging it that way, which works fine but is kind of slow. So this machine, you can put a bulk volume in, set the weight you want it to dispense out, and then use a foot pedal, and it just drops that weight at a time into the bag, so a lot quicker, and you can obviously put a large amount into it to start off with and then do multiple bags quickly and easily. It's one of those things, you look around for ages, and everywhere that you find that does them is ludicrously expensive. I ended up hunting about, and would you believe, on eBay of all places, you find that from China you can get something for less than a quarter of the price of anywhere else that will do pretty much the same thing. So that was exactly it. Found one such a fraction of a price that it was worth, you know, it was worth getting it, even if it turned out it didn't even really do what you wanted it to do, because you could probably sell it on anyway. But it was certainly, it was worth trying out, and it arrived within like 4 days from China, which was incredible, via DHL.
Warning, risk zone, speed limit, 30 miles per hour.
Yeah, and it came in a nice wooden crate. Took it out of the crate, out of the box, got it all set up, and yeah, it's working great. It's fantastic. I've got a nice big 15-litre bucket for it, because that holds about 10 kilos of green coffee, or about 8 kilos of roasted. And of course, roasted wise, my roaster does 5 kilos of coffee, so I can basically dump a roast into it and then dose it into 1 kilo bags perfectly.
Risk zone,
so
speed limit,
that's ideal.
30 miles per hour.
And then for the green coffee, like I say, we can fill this 15-litre bucket that I got specially for the job, pour that into the top of it, and then it'll dose the kilos out. So you're gonna get about 8 or 9 kilo bags sealed up from that one dose in. So far better than the sort of the previous thing where you're making multiple trips with a little scoop to fill your bag of green coffee on the scales, and then having to trickle the last little few grams in to get the right weight, whereas this does a measured weight, it does it automatically. So that was good. It's going to be a big time saver and very handy for us, so quite impressed with that turning up. Obviously I've been busy on Steemit still. I've not managed to keep up with my vlog every day on Steemit, doing a post every day, because I think Tuesday night I was just worn out, and I just really
radar check speed.
I had that much on at work and whatever else, and I was just like really couldn't come up with anything to do Tuesday. So Tuesday I had a night off. Wednesday night we had a bit of a family crisis. Turns out that around getting a bit steamy, cold weather, round our way, the good old sickness bug's been doing the rounds, and consequently the missus Wednesday night came down first with just sickness, and then a few hours later, youngest 7-year-old, he came down with it as well. So although I got a post done on Wednesday night, with all that going on, and then I kind of started feeling a bit rough. But fortunately I didn't actually get to the sickness bit, but I was feeling less than great on Thursday, and during the night on Thursday I kept waking up. I didn't sleep well or anything. So Thursday night, last night, didn't get a post done either. So tonight's post will be the vlog again. But on the whole, I'm getting the sort of the post values up quite a lot, which is good for me. Yeah, it all seems to be going quite good actually on Steam. I'm quite getting into it, and sort of finding my way around a few different places and things that we can sort of use to get even more value. So that's all good. Also, I found out on Tuesday Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out. I thought it was a Wednesday night, but apparently it was Tuesday. Thanks to Ram Francis for tweeting me that it was coming out. Tuesday night, as I wasn't posting on Steam, and I was kind of just like a bit bleh, I thought, oh wait, I'll have a go on Star Wars Battlefront 2 then. Well, of course, I had to download the upgrade, well, the update for the game on the PS4. 69 gigabytes to download, and another 6 gigabytes of an incremental update as well on top of that one. So, yeah, I was watching it at one point. It started at 44%, and I think about 40 minutes later it had climbed 10% only, and it got at 54%. At that point I was like, right, I'm going to sleep now. I'll give that up, it's a bad job. Then Wednesday night I was busy doing my post and dealing with people being sick, so I never got a chance to play then. Had a go last night on Star Wars Battlefront 2, obviously the release version. Some more maps to play with and things. So far, I recorded the gameplay, but probably won't upload that because I forgot, I realised at the end, didn't turn the in-game music off. And I did this mistake right at the start playing the betas, and most of them got demonetised. Yeah, don't mind me. Your phone out. Alright, I'm talking to my phone, but I'm not actually interacting with it. So, lost my train of thought then. Star Wars Battlefront 2, I was had a go on it last night, and it's, yeah, I like it. Obviously the beta, the music bit, wasn't it? Yeah, the music bit, I'd forgot to turn it off, so it's all on for all the video recording I took of the gameplay. And I'm pretty sure most of it will get demonetised, so I probably won't bother. I just stored it away on the NAS in case I need it, but I probably won't bother. But initial thoughts on playing the full version. A, as usual, I could not hit anything for toffee. B, I really struggled, but I mean the few maps I was playing on were very dark maps anyway. But I just couldn't see who the chuff I was supposed to be shooting at, and then just ended up dead because I couldn't see who I was supposed to be shooting at, and they'd already shot me. So that was a bit of a downer. So yeah, I'm really, I don't know. I mean, obviously it's new. I'm gonna have to get used to an entirely new style of gameplay and everything. There we go. But yeah, it's harder. There's Jay. Harder than the previous one, I think. And it's going to take me a while. I don't know. I was playing it last night, but again last night, I'd had a rough night the night before with everything going on, so there was a lot on work. I wasn't really into it, so I think it's going to have to wait till Saturday morning. The thing is, hang on. Saturday morning, I could have a good old go at it, because I'll probably get up earlier than everyone as usual, and the other bonus is I won't have the distractions that I have normally, everyone around and whatever else. So I think I'm going to leave it to Saturday morning and have a good blast then, see if I can figure out those little nuances of the gameplay. But on the, it looks lovely, but I was finding it really hard last night. I couldn't just mesh with it like I normally can do. So I don't know. I'll wait and see. I'll probably withhold my sort of theory until next week when I've had a chance to play it properly and also without distractions or whatever else. So yeah, so that's it. Star Wars Battlefront 2 looking good. Busy week at work. Steemit going well. We'll drop some of the latest posts this week down in the link below, and certainly, like I said, I've done some, well, got some good value out of the posts I've got. Most of it is through the upvote bots, but if you've got to do that, you've got to do that. That's the way of doing things, isn't it? You find a way to make stuff work for you. And if it means investing a bit to get it back again, then that's the way to do it. And on the whole, most of those posts, well, all the posts, one way or another, have returned money. So they've all made more than I put in originally to get them to that point, which is, that's what you want. You want a return on your investment one way or the other. So that's good as well. Right, have a good weekend and week next week, and I'll catch you in next week's coffee vlog. Okay, see ya.